Hi everyone, welcome to this creation SolidWorks. Today we are going to draw machine part 1. Here's the detailed drawing of the machine part 1, where we can see that it's a circular mechanical part which have the features like circular faces, and we have the hump which have the identical 3 hump around the circular faces, and then there is a hole over here and the hump. So here is the top view and the section view of the machine part 1. Today we are going to draw this part using a simple method where we are going to draw the circular part first, and then we are going to extrude the parts to make sure we can obtain the hands over the circular part, and then we are going to drill the hole on the circular part and the hand using the dimension given. So we are going to start to create the machine part 1. So create the part using SolidWorks, and then so we can use the right plane, create a new sketch, and then make sure you create the center line over the vertical from the origin and the horizontal line from the origin. Okay, so I'm going to draw this one to make sure we can look through the isometric view from the top view. So I'm going to draw first, just forget the hand, I'm going to draw the total length like this, the part which is, then we have a hole over here. Alright, so I'm going to use the line command, and then I'm going to create like this, and we have a hole over here, and then straight away up, and then until here, goes down like this, and then we over here, here, and okay. So we are going to draw something like this. I'm going to hide the relationship. Okay, I said something like this, and then we are going to give the dimension for it. So from here to here, we can give 10. In the detail drawing, here they give 20, which is the diameter. So we are going to give the radius about 10. Okay, this one 10, and then here I'm going to give around 26 divided by 2 is 13, and then dimension for inside here is 35 divided by 2 is 17, and then the line over here is 20, and then lastly the line over here is 31. Okay, already we are almost given all the dimension over here. Now we are going to give the dimension for the width over this. So first of all we are going to give the dimension for width here to here, which is 2, and then here to here is 5, over here is 7, and 9.5. So the 13 over here we are going to use for later, and the 24 also we are going to use later, and then the overall the width is around 32. Okay, now you can see that it's already fully defined, and then we are going to add the relation for this point, okay, this point and this point, which is vertical. So now you can see that our sketch is fully defined. Okay, we are going to exit sketch, and then using the revolve base feature, you click this, and then the axis of revolution you're going to add this one, not this one. If you add this one, you will get the different type of solid. So I'm going to click over here. So yes. So within a second we can create the circular part. Now you want to see the section view, just click on here and click OK. Now you can see that it's all of the features same like here. Okay, I'm going to exit it, and then I'm going to follow the isometric view. Okay, now we are going to extrude this area, and we are going to create the hand. Okay, before that, I forgot one thing. Here you can see that we have a features called fillet within radius of 1 mm. So I'm going to open the sketch again, edit sketch, and then I'm going to use the sketch fillet, give it 1 mm as the radius, and then click over here. Make it. Alright, and then so you will get something like this. Alright, so now I'm going to use the top face over here, create a new sketch, and then we are going to create a center line with the degree of 120. So we are going to create 1, 2, and 3. So using the center line, first of all I'm going to create over here first, and then you can create manually each and everything, or you can use the circular sketch pattern, and then click on the entities to pattern here, and then you click here 3. So automatically it will create the 3 line within the radius of 120, because when we divide the 360 degree into 3, it's 120. Okay, and then also it's fully defined. Now we are going to create this hump. Forgot about the chamfer over here, chamfer feature. Just create the hump like this. Using the sketch, I'm going to create here. Okay. Again, I'm going to click on the circle above and here. Then I'm going to create something like this. First you just sketch the line, and then later on we can give the relation to it. So now I'm going to give the relation all the line here is parallel to the center line over here. Okay, and then these lines are parallel to the center line over here. Alright, once you give like this, and then now we can give the dimension to it. So you can see that this one is 10 from center and 20. Same goes to here. And then this one is 20. Okay, we're going to get something like this. And then I'm going to use the fillet features to fillet over here with the radius of 8. Change to 8 mm and then click on the point. Now we already get the fillet. For now, we are going to close the loop over here and here. For that, you don't have to draw a new circle and then you fillet. You just click on convert entities and then click on the big circle and the small circle and then click OK. So it's automatically will create a line over here. Now you can use the trim entities, trim to the closet. You just trim out of this. Okay. Now again you click on this and click on the big circle, and better do it one by one to make sure it's have own relation. Cut over here, 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 and here. Alright. So once you click like this, click on the circular sketch pattern. Again, go to entities to pattern, click on this, and then change to 3. So it's automatically will create the part around the circle. Okay. Now it's fully defined. I'm going to explain why I'm using this, because if you create the arm first, so we can, using the cut extrude feature, we can cut outside of it, so it will be easier. If not, you need to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 features to create shape like this. Okay, I'm going to show it there. Okay, exit. Go to extrude cut. I'm going to put it into isometric view first. So you can see that if you use the normal extrude cut feature, it will cut the design only. And you can see that flip side to cut, and then it will select the outside from the design. So all this area will be selected to cut. So now we are going to use the dimension over here. Now we can see that this cut extrude offset is 13, which is we are going to 32 minus 13, which is 19. We are going to cut extrude 19. Alright. Okay, so we are getting something like this. And then we are going to see on the top view, and we get the same exactly design like the detail drawing over here. Okay, we are almost going to finish it. Now we are going to head the hole on this surface first, and lastly on the hand, and then we are going to give the chamfer over here. Let's begin. Okay, now I'm going to select this face, edit sketch. For this, I'm going to create a circle first, and then I'm going to give relation to it. The diameter of the circle is 50, and then make the circle for construction. So we are going to use the circle for the reference only, and not we are going to use for original. And then if you see here, it's a drill hole. So we are going to give a 2 different dimension for this, which is 9.5 and then 5.5. Okay, so I'm going to draw one of this feature first, and then I'm going to use the circular pattern to duplicate the hole. For that, I'm going to create a center line from the center to the circle, and then again a center line which is the vertical to the circle, and I'm going to give the angle to this is 15 degrees. Okay, here will be the center point for the drill hole. Then, okay, we are going to exit, and then I'm going to use the hole wizard. So the hole wizard, you can see here we have different type of hole. For this we are going to use counter bore, and then once you click it, you change to ANSI metric. If you use ANSI inch, it will be the imperial unit. So we are going to use the metric unit. So click on it, and then so we are going to customize it. For that, we are going to click customize sizing. Now we are going to give the diameter for the inner line, which is this one, 5.5, and then the top one is 9.5, which is not 12.24, which is 9.5, and then the height of this one is 4.6 mm, 4.6. So once you create like this, go to the position, click on this face, and click here. Go to the type again, make sure to create the, alright. Okay, so uncheck this, so you'll get like this. We are not, don't have to near side countersink, and then click OK. So once you click like that, you automatically get like this type of contour bar. Once you get like this, click on the feature, and then here we have the circular pattern feature. Click on that, and then click on feature. We are going to give 3. Okay, click on this edge, so it will create the same spacing over here, and then click we are going to give full preview. So the circular pattern will create the exact line over here, and then we are going to hide this sketch line. So once you create that, we are going to create the line over here. For that, we are going to approach using the different method. So for that, I'm going to put into the symmetric view. Then I'm going to use right plane. I'm going to use the right plane because it's very important to make sure we are going to cut all the arms using the same circle. Okay. We are going to use center line first. Create a center line from the origin. Then from here to here. If you accidentally create the normal line, click on it and then change to for construction. It's become the center line. And then create a circle over here. Now I'm going to give the dimension for this center line from the origin, which is 24. And then the diameter of the circle is 6. Something like this. Once you create it like this. Okay, yes, we are going to give the dimension for it, 24. And the central distance of it is okay, from the center the distance is 23, so it's mentioned over here. Okay, now the sketch is fully defined. Exit sketch. Now I'm going to select the features revolve cut. Okay, once you click it, we are going to revolve cut using this, the axis of revolution. I'm going to click here. So now you can see that within a sketch you can create all the hole within a 1 second, just like this. Yes, now you can see all the holes are perfectly cut. If let's say the cut, you can see that it's have a slanting features. Maybe it's not same as what we are expect. For that, the cut revolve is not applicable. But you can do, but it's not applicable for all the situation. If not like that, if you want to do some cut over it, you just click the flat plane here or here. And then, for example, I'm going to create the reference geometry plane for the both side. So you click on the both side, will be create a mid plane, and then click OK. Now select on the plane, edit sketch, create a circle, just like this, and then give the dimension just like this now. So it is from the center, which is 24, from here to here, which is 23, and the dimension is 6. Exit sketch, and then use the simple extrude cut to all both. Then click OK. Now you can see that there's a difference between this extrude cut and the revolve cut. The revolve cut will follow the path, which will create a slanting cut over here. But when you use this extrude cut, it will cut through the plane. So most of the time we cannot use the cut revolve. So we are going to use the cut extrude feature. Now I'm going to use circular pattern to duplicate all over the hands. So here I click over here, and then I'm going to click the edges, and yes, it will be equally spacing to preview. Then click OK. Okay, now you can see that we already have all the holes within the 6 hands like this. Okay, I'm going to show you how it's going to work. Okay, I'm going to extrude. I'm going to extrude hard. Okay, so these are the difference between the revolve cut and the extrude cut. So the extrude cut is here and the revolve cut here. So the dimension is different far away. You can see over here. So I'm going to suppress the cut revolve, which we are not going to use. And yes, we already finished the standard features of the machine part 1. Now I'm going to add the chamfer over here, which is the last method. So here we are going to use the chamfer, and they said C4. C4 means we are going to use the same distance symmetrical 4, and then we are going to click on the edges like this. So once you use like this, and then click OK. Now we are going to top view, hide the unwanted sketch and planes. Okay, so I'm going to use this one, not this one, please. Alright, now you can see that this mechanical part 1 is always same as the detail drawing over here. And then I'm going to show you the section view also. For that, I'm going to click on here. We are going to use thing, and then we are going to use an angle here around 15 degree. Not this. Okay, section number 2. Okay. something like this. And then we are going to view the side view. And yes, we get the same visual like here. Yeah, I'm going to change the view. And for the section. Yeah, we are using the same. Alright, so here is the exactly same like this. Alright, so we are complete our machine part over here, which is within the Revolve cut, extrude, hole wizard, circular pattern. These are the simple method to draw the machine part like this. So you can approach using different method as well as. And that's all from me for today. See you on next and challenging different parts.